Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is April 19th. It is the Sunday before the Marathon Monday here in Boston. It is a wet and rainy day, so I'm bringing you this from my desk. Let's go ahead get started for today. Today's dose of Rashmi is unconscious intellect compulsively reacts to external situations as it chases success externally. Integrated intelligence, on the other hand, is the freedom of choosing conscious responses to situations and successfully being human. So, if you pay attention to those words, most successful human beings are not very successful at being human. Unfortunately, that is what the core mantra of this series and the causality inversion that we are designing everything with is aimed at. These two should be the same thing. Successfully being human and being a successful human being should mean the same thing. And that can only happen if you turn inwards. This is where the design choice that we have made with Rashmi Mirror about not having any memory about the user again comes to the forefront. AI by itself as a technology and as an algorithm is great. However, the issue is when it is operating on training data, since the underlying training data is all full of biases. When you use a tool trained on training data that is full of biases, it is, of course, going to reflect those collective biases back in terms of any future that it is going to help us imagine and create. And that is what we are getting from any other AI tool right now. If we had access to training data which was completely free of biases, and if you think about it, if we could operate our intellect such that it was free of the influence of memories, we did not start processing any situation first based on the biases or the memories, experiences that we've had, that would be approaching a situation with a conscious response and with the integrated intelligence. However, since most of our tuned to approaching any situation first based on the existing memories that we have and the existing ladder of imprints, we ourselves are not clean model from that perspective, free of biases, as long as we cannot be free of memories. And the same thing applies to the existing AI tools. They are reflecting the collective biases from all the training data that exists that they've been trained on. And yes, it is very powerful from that perspective. However, to use the full power of these tools and to model the human and AI collaboration that would help us create possibilities free of the existing biases, it is important that we start operating from presence and awareness. And that is what we have designed the Rashmi Mirror for. Thank you.